So we just got a really lovely snow outside today. So we are going to the park and we are going to go take some pictures and just enjoy the quiet cold. So see you in a little bit. Yeah, hi, can I just get a large milk chocolate, hot chocolate? That'll do it. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylina and I am the Hex Witch, and today we are talking about Imbolc because it's almost about a week away from today when I'm filming. So today I have the day off, so we are going to go film an Imbolc video and vlog, and so I've got a list of things that I want to go do, and I planned on hopefully spending some time out in nature, which I still might do. But as you can see, we got some snow last night, and so it is very much snowy outside, and I have a feeling it's going to be rather cold. So we will see. The other day when I tried to go to the park when it was snowing, it was closed. So I would love to go and take some snow pictures, but it may be closed again. So we will see. We will see what's on the agenda. But I plan to go to a plant nursery today, one of my absolute favorites, as well as I need to go get some green candles potentially because I will be setting up my Imbolc Altar, which you will see later as I talk about Imbolc and what it is, what it means, how to celebrate, how they used to celebrate it, and all the good stuff that comes with Imbolc, including probably my favorite deity, Miss Brigid. So come along with me and we will have a great time together.
O great goddess of hearth and fire, bring forth spring, it is my deepest desire. Wake the trees from their snow-covered sleep, and plant the seeds, come spring we shall reap. Call to the birds and bring them home, and gift the baby animals with ample room to roam. Please, blessed maiden, I write to thee, bring forth the sun, tell the winter to flee. With each step you take, may snowdrops appear, let poems float on the breeze for all children to hear. Fair lady, I ask, bring life to the ground, and with each day hint that spring is around. Sister of healing, protect me this season, help me to celebrate life, no matter the reason. Thank you, Brigid, for the warmth that you bring, for every new plant and every bird that will sing. So first I want to talk about our main deity for this festival, and it is Miss Goddess Brigid, or Saint Brigid as some people know her. She is usually the main deity that is associated with Imbolc. She is a solar goddess, and she rules over healing, poetry, hearth, wisdom, guardians of women, and smithing. She typically represents 3 different kinds of fire. So, fire of the hearth, which involves fertility and blessing the home, fire of the forge, which is crafting and smithing, and then fire of inspiration, which is all about wisdom and poetry. Because she can heal, she's also associated with the element of water as well as fire. She's known as a triple goddess, so she incorporates the maiden, mother, and crone aspects, but during springtime she is in her maiden state. When she's in this state, she is associated with love, compassion, and generosity, but can be a fearsome warrior if needed. Now is a great time to connect with the divine feminine. And throughout cultures, she appears in a couple different forms. So in Haitian voodoo, she is known as Maman Brigid, as well as in the Christian and Catholic religions, she is known as Saint Brigid. She is a great help when it comes to birthing new ideas and cleansing yourself for a new cycle. She represents that death and depression don't last forever, which I really love about her, because as somebody who really struggles during winter, just this time of year, knowing that I'm almost over the hump, I'm almost out of the cold weather and spring is approaching, is just really good for depression. And I know a lot of people feel this way around winter time. It can be really, really hard at times. So she definitely represents that spring is on its way. Ways to honor her: you can gift her with blackberries, lavender tea, writing poetry, being creative, burning a fire in honor of her, or dedicating altar space to her. So she likes red and orange candles. You can decorate the space with other things involving Imbolc, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And I feel like she really does have a very gentle energy to her, and and kind of just a free-spirited, playful energy since she's in her maiden state in spring. She also has just that gentle energy of a mother and extreme wisdom, because she can also be in a crone state as well. So she kind of has the triple threat, and I really do like dedicating some time to her because I just love everything that she represents. So that is Brigid. So now we're going to move on and talk about Imbolc as a whole and what you can do to celebrate it, what it is and what it means, and different things and themes that it represents. So Imbolc is deeply rooted within nature and also with Brigid herself. It's heavily related to ancient Celtic culture and goes back to Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man. So Imbolc is considered a cross-quarter day, as it is celebrated in between the main Sabbaths of Yule and Ostara. It's celebrated the 1st and 2nd, generally of February, and represents the coming of spring. And it's a good idea if you want to spend some alone time on Imbolc as well as spend time with family, to maybe dedicate one day to family and one day for celebrating by yourself. There are 2 significant animals throughout Irish mythology that is kind of associated with this holiday, and it's Glas Gabanin, and that was a cow that produced an infinite amount of milk. And then there was also Manana MacLurt, which was an immortal pig. And so every time they slaughtered this pig, the next day it would come back to life, which both of these were very prevalent back in the day, as during winter time it was very much a time of rationing food, not always knowing where your next meal was going to come from. And so when spring came to, it meant that there was going to be plenty of food, plenty of dairy to go around, and people did not have to worry about being hungry anymore. So Imbolc signals the beginning of fertility season, as well as coming out of winter. During this time, the animals are starting to conceive. So once again, there would be plenty of food for everyone to have. Imbolc is the first of 4 fire festivals. So spell work around this time is great for candle magic, as well as burning your intentions for the new year. It's the start of a new cycle, as well as the time to cleanse ourselves and our surroundings. Imbolc, or Imbolg, comes from the Old Irish word, and it means the womb or in the belly. This takes on many meanings as plants are being planted within Mother Earth, as well as baby animals start to develop in their mother's bellies as well. Back in the day, people would have huge bonfires, feasts, and dances. They would spring cling as well as visit holy wells or pray for health and fertility. They would leave offerings to the gods, which oftentimes included dairy. Dairy is like the main food group of this festival. The symbols of Imbolc include the Brigid's cross, the Brigid doll, milk, baked goods, snowdrop flowers, fire, and candles. Our colors involve red, orange, white, and green. Red and orange for Brigid herself, white and green for the festival. Deities are Brigid and the Wiccan goddess. Herbs and plants include bay, heather, rosemary, angelica, and basil. Your stones include amethyst, sunstone, and peridot, and your animals are usually cows and sheep. So for Christians, this holiday is known as Candlemas, and there is some debate as to whether Imbolc and Candlemas are actually the same holiday. But as history has shown us, the church wanted to convert the pagans to Christianity. So they took a lot of things that were familiar to the pagans and kind of brought them forth into their religion so that it made it an easier transformation for them. So would it surprise me if they kind of took the festival of Imbolc and turned it into a Christian Candlemas? No, it would not. So plants for the holiday include snowdrops. And the reason for this is because snowdrops are generally the first flowers that tend to bloom after winter. So you see them during this season. You also get coltsfoot, which is also associated with Venus, which is associated with love and the divine feminine, much like Brigid herself. It's also associated with healing or wealth spells, or for divination. But do not eat this, as it may cause liver damage. Blackberries, which is Brigid's sacred fruit, used for prosperity, healing, and rejuvenation. Chamomile, which is purity, protects, and represents sun gods. You have tansies, which are for longevity, immortality. Rebirth represents those who have passed on. Do not eat tansies either. Do not eat them. Please do not eat them. They're very toxic. Lavender, which is for cleansing, calming, grounding. You can make a cup of tea for Brigid, or you can make a cup of tea for yourself. Lavender is safe to eat. Daffodils, Celandine, which is good for legal matters, protective powers, but once again, don't eat that either. Irises, they are the birth flower of those born in February. It means rainbow. Be aware when working with them though, because they can be toxic to eat, as well as it can irritate your skin. Violets, on the other hand, are safe to eat, and they are good for fortune spells and great for protection as well. Then you have your herbs and your trees, which are associated with this time of the year. So you have oak, which is a big one, which represents security and protection. They live for like 500 years, so kind of longevity as well as wisdom and strength. Oak also represents masculine and femininity, so it's a good balance between the two. Rowan is associated with the tree of life itself, protection and wisdom, and is also associated with February. It's made an aspect of the triple goddess. Then you have your willow tree, which is associated with divine feminine, sun, as well as the other planets, sensitivity, intuition, emotions, and introspection. And it's also associated with the maiden aspect of the triple goddess. Then you have a resin, which is myrrh, which is for protection and banishing spells, as well as cutting ties with what doesn't serve you. So you've got those. Next, we're going to move on to the different crafts and activities that you can do around this time of year. So you can make a St. Brigid's cross. I have never done this yet, as it looks a little bit complicated, but it is something that you can do. You can also make a Brigid's doll or a corn dolly. You can make a bed to go along with Brigid, and to honor her, you can put the doll in the bed, cover it up on Imbolc. You can make ice candles, or last year I made egg candles by cleaning out eggshells really well, melting down old wax that I had, charging them, and then burning them. You can set up an altar space, and there's tons of ideas of different things that you can put on your altar. So, let me see here. So, different things that you can place on your altar would be a Brigid's cross, a bull statue, picture, a piece of oak bark, a statue, a painting or drawing of Brigid, a crescent, which represents the maiden aspect of Brigid, candles, especially red, white, and green, red or orange crystal stones like amethyst, sunstone, and peridot, snowdrops, an offering plate. Nature-related items, you could put plants like daffodils, snowdrops, irises, rowan trees, animal statues, especially cows and sheep, candles, incense, crystals or stones, tarot cards, if you're wanting to set different intentions, different runes or sigils, or a miniature bonfire. But as always with fire, be extremely careful because you don't want to burn the house down or burn anything else down. So just be aware of that. Other activities that you can do is baking using eggs or dairy during this time. You can put your intentions into your food by drawing sigils in there, or just while you're making it, think of the intentions you want your food to be imbued with. You can go on a walk out in nature just to kind of see what's starting to sprout or think about sprouting. You can invite friends over. You can plant seeds, metaphorically or physically. You can journal your different goals. You can kind of tidy up and spring clean a little bit, which I've been doing tons of recently, just reorganizing my space, moving that energy around to make it feel a little bit more fresh. You can go camping. You can have a bonfire. You can do fire manifestation or fire scrying. You can do tarot cards or runes, do herbal baths, do spells involving rebirth, coming of light, new growth, end of winter/darkness, abundance, fertility, return of light and fire, new opportunities, banishment, attraction, release, cleansing, healing, rejuvenation, motivation, fortune, and focus. You can also write poetry for Brigid, do art or be creative, or you can make a mood board and get inspired for the new year. So those are all things that you can kind of do to celebrate Imbolc, what it kind of means. So yeah, if there's anything that you like to do for Imbolc that is different from those things, comment below. I'd love to know new ideas of how you incorporate this festival into your life.
So thank you for joining me for this video today. I hope you learned some things about Imbolc. If you're new to it or just enjoyed watching it, if you're already familiar with it, as always, just be careful, like I said, if you're dealing with fire or even dealing with different herbs as well, just to be aware of safety as well as, irritability. I know some of those herbs I mentioned are toxic if you eat, so just make sure you're washing your hands after handling them. Keep them away from pets. Just take safety precautions so that your Imbolc is not spent in the hospital. Um, so yeah, I think that is all I have for you today. Happy Imbolc, happy Candlemas, or whatever you call it, or however you celebrate it. I hope the day is wonderful for you. Hopefully there's some nice weather, even though rumor has it if it's nice weather out, winter is going to last longer. If it is kind of nasty out, spring is supposed to be right around the corner, whether you believe that or not. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big old like, as well as consider subscribing to my videos so that you get all future content. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative and inspired, and I will see you next time for our next video. Bye.